Yo, what's up guys, my name is Severman, and in today's video I will show you how I made the drop of my latest collab with Voster Gallardo called Holding On To You, which dropped like a week ago or 2 weeks ago on Generation Smash, sub-label of Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike Smash the House. Let's get right into it. So here we got the FLP. Now this is not the final project file because Voster and Gallardo did the final touches to the song. So yeah, let me just play the drop really quick again. I'm not able to play everything together in the project file because it's lagging way too much. You know what, let me show you the early versions here in the folder. So the first one that I bounced out was this one. So this was the first version. As you can hear, the idea is pretty much there. It's sounding pretty much like the final version. Only thing is this was one semitone lower. So we ended up changing the pitch because the vocals were recorded one semitone higher. So we adjusted the instrumental for the vocals. All right, so let's dive into the project file. Let me show you all of the individual sounds. Well, as you can tell, this drop it's progressive house, but it's not the standard progressive house because we try to make it more bouncy, more groovy. And how we did that is we have this triplet rhythm going on. So usually you would have, but this one goes, so that's already what makes it way more bouncy. And then what makes the melody more interesting is these little stops that we have at the end of the second bar, and then also here at the end of the sixth bar. So how I did those, I just added small notes there. For the leads, I layered a lot of like Nexus sounds. So that's a piano. Like it's just like a bunch of sounds, and then well, all together we got the sound that you just heard. And then we also have some strings. So real quick, the processing. As always, we got the low and the high cut. So make sure you don't have any low rumble in there. Made them really wide because I felt like they were coming out too mono-ish. Especially with Nexus sounds, I feel like they're most of the times pretty mono-ish. Just some EQ in here boosting the highs. OTT, you know it, like everyone's using it. Transpire, probably have seen me use this a lot before as well. It just enhances that trend, you know, the sound makes the leads a bit more punchy. We got the reverb here. What I always do, a link to the P controller, so we're sidechaining the wet amount to the dry amount. We got some sidechain, kickstart, nothing special. This is for the top kick, to make the top kick cut through more, so we're just sidechaining the really first like couple milliseconds where the kick hits. Well, so this one is for the automation that we added here for this little stutter, just to enhance that stutter even more. As you can see, so this is playing a 1/3 gate. And then we just automated the mix knob here. Then let's check out the bass line. So we got a sub bass pattern and a mid bass pattern. So the bass line is very groovy as well. This is the sub bass. So it also got this pop 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 1 2 3 1 2 3. A triplets. It's just a dance bass from Nexus. Processing wise, I got this one from Matt Nash, distortion plugin, like multi-band distortion, really nice. Sidechain, a filter here for automation, just volume automation, that's pretty much it. How I enhanced the bassline is I added these octave jumps at the end of every second bar. So we're playing G4, but then we're going up to G5 here. Then in the next sort of bar, we're doing the same here, but then what I did where we have the stutters with the leads, I just added those, like not really random notes, but just like additional, more melodic notes that aren't played by any other instrument. So it's just the sub bass playing those in between here. Just adds more groove to the sound. Then we got the mid bass. So the mid bass is not doing this, it's really just the sub bass. The mid bass is only doing the octave jumps. You can hear this one's very plucky, only has mids. So with the mid bass, obviously it's just there to add more character to your sub bass to make it audible on smaller speakers. So here, just cut out the highs a bit because they were too aggressive. Then some really detailed EQ in here. Just felt like, so like there was too much resonance in those, so it dragged those down a bit. And we have the crush for the bit crushing effect. Adds a lot of character to the sound, really spices up the sound. Some more EQ in here because the bit crusher obviously adds highs, so I thought, okay, it was a bit too sharp, so then again I dragged those highs down a bit over like 1.2 kHz. So this one is turned off, and then we just got the same gate effect for the volume, for the automation, like I showed you with the leads, and some basic volume automation. So that's the bass line. Let me show you with the leads. Already sounding pretty cool. With the kick is not the one we use on the final version though, so they wasn't gonna change it, I think. So already sounding pretty cool. Obviously we're still missing the chords. So they got the same little stutters here, show you the processing here. So with the chords, it was a bit tricky to mix those in here because and they had a lot of high end that was sort of clashing with the leads and the rides and stuff. So I really wanted that low mid body to add warmth, to add harmony to the drop without adding too much harshness. So I really dug down those highs here, while obviously getting rid of the subs. Yeah, with the sub frequencies. I felt like this was a bit, didn't sound good, that frequency, so took that down. Then the same gate automation, OTT, just to glue those more together, make them a bit more powerful. Some more EQ in here. This is really just about, you know, making them sit right in the mix. Another EQ here to, again, cut out the highs. Filter for automation, then some reverb here. Yeah, nothing crazy. Decay time 2 seconds, and then sidechain, gross beat, and a volume automation. So that's all the synths already. Fairly simple so far. Then we got some ambient sounds. So these are like from the music core pack, and then this one I think is like an old sample from Splice. First one, second one, third one. And notice there's reverb on this to really push into the background. And then I think I added, I sent those to a bus channel, and then I added a chorus to also spread them out more. Yeah, and that's just the usual stuff, stereo enhancer, filter automation, kickstart, sidechain, more sidechain. So then the drums, kick. So again, we actually ended up exchanging the kick at the end. Some claps. A ride. Then we have some crashes and downlifters to really add that extra energy to the drop. Those are really important. And also notice with that one, I added these stutters as well. So with those effect sounds, there's not much you need to do processing wise. It's really just about finding the right volume. Sometimes there can be like a harsh frequency in a crash, so maybe drag that down, but there's nothing really you need to do. So then we have some fill sounds. So there's an impact sound, snare here with some like pitch automation, like 2 big snares. There's some fills from Voster Gallardo. Yep. And then I added some additional claps on the second half of the drop, just to keep that groove going, add something new. And also those following the triplet rhythm. Let's say when you make a track that has the triplet rhythm, make sure that everything has the triplet rhythm, because you can't have a triplet rhythm melody but then add standard drums, like, you know, a standard offbeat hi-hat or something, because this will sound off. So make sure then that you have your drums and the triplet rhythm as well. And that is pretty much it. So okay, except for this ARP sound. yeah, it's impossible to play everything together. And obviously the vocal on the drop, but I think Voster Gallardo will show there. So that's it with the drop. Voster Gallardo will do a separate video explaining the breaks. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little walkthrough of the drop, and keep streaming the track. Check out the first link in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. I think the next one will be, well, except for the break video, will be the ADE vlog. So stay tuned. Bye bye.